I've been homeless for 18 months. I don't know what else to do. I just want to park my car and sleep. I'm not bothering anybody by being here. I don't cause any trouble. All I do is park my car here and sleep.
I feel like churches are having a crazy week that another church is being called out. Let's talk about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a homeless woman who wanted a disabled homeless woman who was parked in the church premises to pass the night. She sleeps in her car, and the church would not let her. And you could see in the video they were recording her. She was recording them. The church said she could not stay. And this is coming with the midst of a video I posted a couple of like about a week ago of a woman on TikTok that did an experiment calling churches in her area and telling them that she has a newborn baby and the baby hasn't eat, and asking churches for help. A lot of the churches turned her down. If you haven't seen that video, go check out that video because that video was hot. And then other pastors decided to respond to her video. They were calling her names, demons, and all that. But now in this video, we're seeing an actual disabled woman like that really needs the help, and the church, not that she's not asking for money, she's not asking for food, she's just asking for a place to park her car so that she can feel safe and sleep for the night. And then this church is turning her down. I feel like this is the time where yeah, the church, we need to keep calling them out. Anyway guys, let's go check out the video, people's reaction to this, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I've been homeless for 18 months. I don't know what else to do. I just want to park my car and sleep. I'm not bothering anybody by being here. I don't cause any trouble. All I do is park my car here and sleep. That's it. I don't know where else to go. So what do you think you're going to accomplish by this, ma'am? Because it's not going to make you look good. I suggest both of you open the Bible and see. Look what it says about homeless people and poor people and what you're supposed to do. Because it's not this. It's not this. And you know it. But I expect nothing from the church. I hope you're not turning that off. Record it all. Put it on Facebook. It's not going to make you look the way you think it is. It's not.
You need to leave or I have to call.
You don't have to call the police. But you would. You would, because that's what kind of people you are in this church. I'm going to put this on the internet, and a lot of people are going to see it, and you're going to be really embarrassed. Tell me where in the Bible it says, let's be shitty to homeless people who just sleep in their car.
How many times in that video did they show me a little bit of compassion? How many times did they say, what can we do to help? How many times did they say, here, have a Kleenex and sit down and we can talk about it? How many times did they treat me or look at me like I was a human being? That was inside the church. You can hear the music in the background.
Churches are having an awful PR week because why did this one almost call the cops on a homeless woman that was sleeping in their parking lot within her car, even though she wasn't bothering anyone?
I don't know where else to go.
This is the homeless lady's page if y'all want to go support her. Judging by the Venmo, it looks like her first name is Mandy, so I'm going to call her Mandy from here on out. Mandy has been homeless for 3 years. She did have a place at one point, but then she got sick and became unhoused afterwards. Now she sleeps in her car, in her tent, and typically what she does is that she'll sleep in a church parking lot at night and then just leave in the morning. 3 different churches have called the cops on her, threatened to have Mandy arrested and her car towed, and she just so happened to record the incident at Second Reformed Church that has since gone viral on social media, which has led to it getting review bombed on Yelp because why are you taking up tithes? Why are you taking up charitable donations if you are not going to help those in need, if you are not going to help those out within your community. And this seems to be an issue with many churches because this user, Nicole, has been conducting a social experiment where she calls around and speaks to different churches regardless of denomination, pretending that she's a mother with a crying baby in the background, asking for formula to see if the churches will help her. So far, she's called over 40 churches. However, only less than 10 offered her any aid. The ones that did offer to help included an Appalachian church, predominantly Black churches, and a mosque. And then the mental gymnastics that some of these pastors and church leaders are going through to justify these churches saying no is just mind-boggling to me.
I talk a lot about Muslim zakat. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, where Muslim communities and Muslims are obligated to provide charity to the community. Churches, they are not obligated. We hope that they're going to be able to be philanthropic and donate into their community.
First of all, if I ever saw my pastor get on the internet in his bathrobe with his hairy chest and tattoos out, that might send me all the way into a coma. And then he's talking about the reason why the mosque helped her is because their religion commands them to, as if there aren't several verses in the Bible about helping the poor. But apparently these churches only help who they want to help, child, which is why many netizens are calling for churches to be taxed like any other business if they're not actually going to do charity work for the communities that they serve. Let me know what y'all think about that down below.
Shame on you, Second Reformed Church out in Kalamazoo, Michigan. If y'all don't know, there was this lady who's homeless, okay? She has a little Chihuahua Cocker Spaniel dog. I don't think she has any kids. She has pink hair, pink sweater. When you see the video, or you have seen it, like, share, comment, let me know. She is inside of Second Reformed Church. You can hear the music, okay? I'm assuming she's talking to the church secretary and possibly the church treasurer or something. You know, those are the people who are usually there during the weekdays. The church treasurer is recording her as she's recording them because apparently she has been staying in her car on their parking lot. And she says she's been homeless for the past 18 months and she just needed a place to rest, okay? They are threatening to call the police on her for parking there. And instead of them sitting her down, giving her resources, even if they could not support and help, they decided to criminalize her homelessness and record it. Yeah. Christians, church, that it's not looking good for y'all right now, okay? Me personally, myself, I'm a denominational Christian, okay? I love God. I love the Lord, and he does so much for me. So much for me, in fact, that even with the what I have, which ain't much, I'll still be willing to help somebody out, okay? You got a whole church, a parking lot that's not being used, except for on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And you couldn't let her park her car there so she could sleep as a homeless person? I would have hated Jesus' parents to have met y'all. Joseph and Mary wouldn't have had a chance, okay? Do better, churches. You should not have to be publicly vilified for you to be like, oh, we got to do something. You're already supposed to be in the business of helping the less fortunate. That's your business. That's supposed to be your whole ministry.
I've been homeless for 18 months. I don't know what else to do.
This is the reason why I have an issue with people that call themselves Christians. It's absolutely disgusting and deplorable behavior. You see it all over Facebook, all over other social medias, TikTok, you name it. You see people being turned away. There's that trend right now going on where people are calling into churches to see if they would help save your baby and give them baby formula. And they're being turned away and not helped at all. There's so many parts in the Bible that talk about helping your fellow man, helping the homeless, helping the sick, the needy, the disabled. And you see these churches be judgmental and discriminatory and turn people away, like this lady. She wasn't asking for food. She wasn't asking for money. She wasn't asking for clothing. She was asking for the use of one parking spot so that she could sleep. She's disabled. She's been homeless for 18 months. And all she wanted to do was sleep. And both of these ladies in this video, if you even want to call them that, because I'm definitely not going to call them Christians, were horrible to this woman. Disgustingly horrible to this woman. I grew up in a small town, and they had, I would say, good 10 churches, plus churches that floated between empty buildings that they rented out. And I have yet to find one that hasn't been extremely judgmental or people being judgmental. And now I'm not saying it's all the people that are going to these churches, because there's some really good people that I've met. I've met some really good Christians in my life. But to see an entire church be completely judgment-free and to actually walk the life of Christ and actually read their Bible is completely unheard of. This is so disgusting. Do not call yourself a Christian if you are not going to walk as Jesus did, or act as Jesus did, or help people as Jesus did. You don't get to sit there and have the title just because you like the idea.
So that took place at Second Reformed Church in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And this is right on the heels of the other TikToker that was contacting all the churches for help, needing baby formula, and how many of them rejected her. And I'm going to tell you what's going on here. And we're going to get deep. This is what a cult looks like. And it doesn't just happen with churches. A cult can be made out of anything. A political movement, a spiritual movement, a sport, or what have you. And when it becomes dangerous is when you are seeking connection. You are seeking some kind of fulfillment, because before you made it into this cult, you were lonely. You felt unworthy. You felt empty. You felt lost. And so women like the one recording this go to this church not to learn about what Jesus was like and then to go out into the world and do Jesus-like things. She went there to fill a void in herself. And these churches, like any other cult, are filling that void. They're collecting money from her, attendance from her, they're using her, but she's also using the church to fill those needs. And all of a sudden, this woman, as an example, this homeless woman who's disabled, who has nowhere to sleep but in her car, thinking it's safe to park her car in a church parking lot, is actually threatening what it is this woman wants to continue receiving. She wants to make it about her. This is my church. This is the church that's filling the empty void, because I don't know how to fill it myself, because I am weak and I am insecure. And you are not going to come and mess this up for me. It's just like, for instance, people in the MAGA cult. Beforehand, you never would have thought they would be against people getting access to affordable health care and all these other things. But now we are the threat. All of us on the left are a threat. These people in MAGA do not want to lose their connection, their sense of community. It's about them. They don't want to lose their status in the cult because it's feeding them. All of this is very selfish and self-serving. But this is what cults are. Make no mistake. There's cultish behavior in anything. You can even find that side of it in the Democratic Party. But I just want to give you a deeper understanding of why these supposed church people are not being churchy at all. They're being culty. And it's existed
throughout history, there will always be weak, insecure people who need to fill this void because they don't know how to fill it themselves. And now it becomes everybody's problem.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought about this video down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Love to know what you guys think. At this point, I said in the previous video I did, was it last week? About the woman that was calling the church for baby formula and all that, and even the pastors responding. I feel like when it comes to spirituality, because a lot of Christians are very sensitive for this topic now that is going on, and people talking about how the church is not willing to help people in need, and the pastors coming online to try to defend why they will not. And if you haven't seen the video I did, I actually shared my story about how a church treated me as a young woman or a young girl in the university that was being abused. Went to the church thinking the church was a refuge and didn't get the help that I need. And I'm not surprised that a lot of churches are like that all over, because a lot of time they come with this camouflage saying that, oh, they are here to recruit souls for Christ, when the real thing that is going on there is that a church is a business. A church is in fact, religion is an industry at this point, and a business industry. There's so much money that is made from them, and the truth is that they are not going to render that help to you except there's something they are getting in return. And usually when they give their help, some of them will tell you, oh, we have a soup kitchen, we help the homeless. It's usually very performative. It's not because they are good people or they are being run by good people. It's a very performative thing for them. And then seeing how this woman, a homeless, this is not even a woman calling, because the other pastor said, the other sister that did the call saying that she had a baby and the baby was crying, and all the churches was calling her all sort of name, that, oh, she's trying to trick Christ, she's trying to trick the body of Christ and all that. No, this is an actual homeless, disabled woman that needs a safe space to sleep. And the truth is that, though, I know for sure there will be nobody in that parking lot. The parking lot is not being used. And I know some of them will come up with some BS excuses and say, oh, it's for security reasons. We don't allow people to sleep there. But this woman, she is a disabled woman that needs a safe space. And this is not something I'm used to here in Nigeria, where people sleep in their car. But I think I've had a friend that did that at a particular point. Things was hard, and she has to do what she has to do to survive. And usually, especially as a woman, you want to go to a place that feels safe for you to pass the night. And if what this homeless woman is doing is just a safe place to park, then why not? I even feel like the church should even be the place where they allow women that are homeless, that stays in their car, to be able to park their car in a church environment, in a church premises, so that they can be safe and keep them safe. But no, the truth is that these churches, they don't care about you. They don't care about people. They don't care about helping people. It's not, that's not the business they're in. The business they're in is the business of collecting money, collecting your tithes, collecting your donations, building that mega church. That's the business they're in. They are not going to even spit on you even if you're on fire. The only reason they will spit on you if you're on fire is if probably you're a member and you've put in the work. You've done a lot for that church. Then they cannot show up, and then they will tell you, oh, this church, we support ourselves. But you know, one thing that cracks me up every time this conversation comes about Christian religion and all that, you see people say, oh, it's that church. Come to my church. My own church does better. When it comes to, I'm speaking for church, but religion as a whole, I talk about church because I was raised in a Christian household, is, why are you people marketing your church like it's a bank? Like, oh, if your church is doing this, come to my own church, when all of you are reading the same Bible. Are you guys seeing the disconnect there? But for me, I'm really happy that this type of conversation will keep having it, and keep calling out these churches, because whether we like it or not, I feel like the era we're in now, this energy that is going on now, it's like it's and the church is one of the people that are going. And I feel like the church should be taxed. Do you know so much money that goes into the church that is not being taxed? And a lot of these church owners or church pastors and administrations, they usually use the church to run their other businesses so that they don't pay tax. They avoid tax in other business. You guys, so I believe the church should be taxed and should be taxed heavily, because those people, they don't care. They are not giving back. And I think one of the reasons why churches are not being taxed is the fact that they see it as a humanitarian thing where they give back to the society, they give back to the community. But the churches today, they ain't doing all that. So please, 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 I feel like they should be taxed. Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the banging conversation. Okay, so go ahead, feel free, share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this career. So go and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.